Teachers.
Ma'am, you gave an homework.
Yes. Question?
Ma'am, what is
Ma'am,
the
meaning
what
by
meaning by
republic?
Okay. What do you mean by why India is called a republic country? Yes. Who will say that?
Ma'am, a
When the
country that has an elected government and an elected leader.
And an elected leader. Okay. Any other answer?
Ma'am,
when the Constitution of India came into force.
Okay.
ma'am, when the people has the power to select their representatives.
Okay. Then why it is called as a republic? It is one. The reasons you said is correct because the head of the country is elected by the by the people. In India, it is we are not directly electing the head of the country, right? Our president is not directly elected by us, but the elected representative, that means the members from the state legislature or the members from the Lok Sabha, both the state legislatures and the Lok Sabha are electing the head of the country. But in the case of America, it is different. They are directly electing their president. So that is why India is also called as a democratic country. The constitution is also adopted on 26 January 1950. Right, okay, very good. So the last class we discussed about the Indian Constitution, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
About about the Constituent Assembly, about the leaders behind that, and how a difficult task to frame a constitution for a country like India. And today we are going to discuss the important features of Indian Constitution. Okay, the most important features of Indian Constitution. Here we are discussing the 5 major features of Indian Constitution. One is federalism, other is parliamentary form of government. Then the third one is separation of power, fundamental rights, and the secularism. These 5 features of Indian Constitution are discussing. So we can start with federalism. Have you heard about the term federalism?
No, ma'am.
No.
Oh, ma'am.
Okay. So the Constituent Assembly this is the image of a meeting of our Constituent Assembly. Then these are the members in the drafting committee. And these were the women representatives in the Constitution. So when we are framing the Constitution, the women's representatives were also there. And you remember him? Who's he? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. That is the father of Indian Constitution. Yes, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Then the features of Indian Constitution. The first one is federalism. It's a new term for you, isn't it?
Yes.
Federalism. Okay. Any idea you get from the picture?
The government, state government,
Yes. There is a state government and a
National government.
national government means
Center.
the high level government.
central government.
Government.
So if we have a central and a state government, the country, such countries we called as a federal form of government. The power is shared. Okay? The power is shared between the central and the state government. In a federalism or a federal form of government, the power is shared between whom? The central and the state
center
government.
and the state government.
In the case of India, it's a 3-tier system. Okay? One is we have a union government. Behind that, there is a state government. And behind, we have a
Central.
Have you heard about Panchayati Raj?
Yes. Ma'am, last year we had a
Last year we
chapter.
learned.
Panchayati Raj.
Yes.
It include what all things?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
what?
in a village.
Ma'am, what?
Problem.
Grama Panchayat, Block Panchayat and Sila Parishad. So it's a 3-tier system. 3 levels of government. In a federal form of country, we can see the 3 different levels of government. One is at the union, next one is the state, and the other is the, nowadays, we have the Panchayati Raj. So the power is divided between the union, state, and the Panchayati. Clear?
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes, ma'am.
federalism, it refers to the existence of more than one level of government. If there is only a single government, union government, we cannot call such country as a federal country. In a federal form of government, the power is equally divided among the states also. So in the case of India, we in the last class itself we discussed, it's a country with a large diversities here, isn't it? In the language, in the culture, religion, and all the things. So if the central government is taking the decision, what will happen?
Can you?
Only a single government, that means the central government. It is situated in Delhi, New Delhi, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
From there, they are taking all the decision for the country. What will happen?
There will be a lot of
Ma'am, there will be
there.
problems.
Because everyone
Yes.
will not agree.
It will all lead to a lot of problems within the country, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
only one form of government is there and they are ruling the whole country. One form of government and they are ruling the whole country. They are not aware of the needs of the people. Is a prime minister who's in Delhi, is it possible him to know what is the need of the people who are living in Kerala?
No, ma'am.
No, it is not possible. So to avoid such type of conflicts and problems, we have another form of government, that is a state government for the each states. In India, how many states are there?
29 states
29.
29 states and 18.
7 to you.
Again, a question came to you. It is not 29.
Ma'am, 40.
27.
Now then,
Ma'am, 40.
16.
Ma'am, 40.
Ma'am, 14.
40.
12, 11 to 30 we can say. In between that one
Ma'am,
number.
14. Ma'am, 14.
Not
Ma'am,
14.
14.
14 states in India.
Ma'am,
24.
Varda.
24.
Sorry, ma'am.
24.
24.
Not 24.
29.
Not 26. There is no option is going on, okay? No option is going on.
21.
Final 21. So it's wrong, so I can't agree with your answer. Next class, find how many states and union territories are there in India.
And union territories,
And 7 union territories.
8 union territories.
7 union territories.
Children,
Ma'am, it's
29
29.
states were there, okay? But now Jammu Kashmir is not a state.
So 28.
So 28 states are there, okay? We had 29 states, but now it's only 28. Except 28, all the numbers you said. 27, 25, 24, all you said except 28. Now it is only 28
Some
states.
told 28.
Who told?
I told you.
Okay.
Ma'am, I said. Ma'am, Mithun didn't say. Told
Ma'am,
21.
I said, ma'am.
Bharata said 40.
28 states. That 14 were there at the time of independence, okay? Now it is 28 states and 8 union territories, not 7. 9 was there,
I
but
told 8.
9 was there, but now it's 8. Yes. Who called me? So, okay, the 28 states were there, and the 28 states have its own government, right?
Yes.
The 28 states have its own government. Why? because it is too difficult for the central government to manage the things needed for the state governments. Maybe cultural difference will be there, religious difference, regional difference, everything is
A lot
different.
of
So
differences.
we are giving a freedom to the states to take decisions in some affairs. So the power is vested between the central state and the local self-government and their rules. Okay.
Can you explain again?
What?
Federalism.
Federal form means what? What I said about the federal form of government. Who will say?
Ma'am, the power is
Hmm.
divided between the
Ah.
central government and the state
Yes,
government.
that means the existence of more than one form of government. There is if there is existing more than one form of government, it is called as a federal form of government, right? Then in a federal form of government,
Yes.
we have the power is divided between the central and the state. Existing of more than one form of government is called a federal form of government. In a federal form of government, the power is divided between the central government and the state government. And we have three lists. Okay. Three lists were there. One is union list. You just listen here. I think it is not there in the textbook. Just listen here. Then state list and concurrent list. Okay. Union list, state list and concurrent list. That means in some matters, we said that there is a federal form of government. So there is a union and a state government is there. But in the decision making process, example, in the case of defense. Okay, who will take the final decision? The central government will take the decision. So some matters related to the national importance, related to the, have you heard about the demonetization in 2016? That is a banning of 100, 500 and 1000 rupees note.
Yes, ma'am.
1000 rupees note you saw
Yes,
previous
yes, yes,
4 years
Yes,
back.
Yes, yes, at the night 12 o'clock.
Yes. So such type of decisions are taken by the central government. The state government cannot take such decisions. But the matters related to police, okay, public health facilities, and all the things are under the control of the state government. So in the constitution itself, we divided the power between the central government and the state government. Clear?
Yes.
So federalism means existence of more than one level of government.
One level of
Federalism.
government.
So in a federal form of government,
country.
the power is divided between the central
National
government
central
and
government
the
and the state
state
government.
government. And the power, the constitution itself divide, have the list of items where the central government or the union government will take decisions, the state government will take decisions, and some issues both the central and the state government can take their own decisions. Example, the matters related to education, okay, then forestry, like that, some particular thing, population control, and in matters related to family planning, all these are coming under both the central and the state government. So both of them can make laws based on that. Right, clear?
Yes.
Yes.
That is a federal form of government in which there exists more than one level of government.
Ma'am.
There is, yes,
Ma'am, 3 list are the last list name can
concurrent
say.
list. Concurrent list. That I told you. In a concurrent list, the power is both the union and the state government can make laws.
Yes.
Okay. But if there is any conflict between them, the final decision is will be the central government's decision. Suppose the central government and the state government have a clash in any one of the items coming under the concurrent list. Example, electricity. Okay. If there is a clash between the central and the state government, but what happens is the final decision is approved, or the final will be the central government's decision. The law, we will accept the central government's law, not the state government. So if there is any conflict in concurrent list, we will, who have the superior power in concurrent list? The central government. Just to know, I said that. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So the constitution itself detailedly explain the powers of the state and the central government. So in a federal form of government, the state government also have their own rights. Clear the first point?
Yes.
Yes, we can go to the second feature. Second,
Parliamentary.
parliamentary form of government. The second important feature of Indian constitution is it adopted the parliamentary form of government. Have you heard about the term parliamentary form of government?
Ma'am, Parliament.
Ma'am, rules direct.
Rule, you say children. Rule?
Election.
Okay, ruled directly.
Kind of that.
Okay. I understood what you meant. Okay. I will show you some pictures. Based on that, you say what you understood about the parliamentary form of government. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Have you heard about this term?
Yes, ma'am.
Universal adult.
Adult franchise.
Yes, ma'am.
Franchise, no.
ma'am.
Franchise.
Yes, universal adult franchise itself. Universal adult suffrage. The concept is same. What does it mean?
Ma'am.
Ma'am,
18
the
and
adults who are
Wait,
18 or above have the right.
Only one person at a time. Adnan, what do you mean by universal adult franchise?
A universal adult franchise means those who are 18 or above the age they have the right to vote and respectively of their social.
Yes, good. That means all the adult citizens in a country have the right to
Vote.
right.
Yes.
So this card. I forgot to take my voter's ID card. The next class I will show you. Okay, the voter's ID card.
Ma'am, I have seen it.
Sorry.
My mother has it.
In your home it is there, right?
Yes, our grandparents and parents.
Mothers, everybody is there. Those
Yes.
who are above the age of 18, we will take the voter's ID card.
Yes.
Yes. So, then coming to parliamentary form of government. What do you mean by parliamentary form of government?
Ma'am, parliament.
Okay, Shankari. Say. No idea. Okay, any other person?
Ma'am, can I read the text? It's there.
Text reading, that everyone can do. If you, from the pictures, any idea you
Is
go
it
through?
like universal franchise?
The Constitution of India guarantees the
direction.
universal adult suffrage or the universal adult franchise. Okay. The Constitution of India guarantees as the universal adult suffrage. That means all the citizens, all the adult citizens in our country have the right to vote. Then who is electing the representatives?
People.
People.
So it's a parliamentary form of government. The people are directly voting and electing the representative.
Representative.
Right? The people are directly voting and electing the members to whom, where? To the parliament.
Parliamentary.
Your voice is not clear sometimes.
Now it's okay?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So when at the time of framing of the constitution itself, our leaders decided we must adopt this universal adult suffrage. Why? In the previous class, I told you about the caste system. You remember it? The caste. See, in the
Ma'am, the
Hindu
dominant
religion.
group, that one.
Yes, in the Hindu religion, the people are divided into different castes. Brahmins,
Means
Kshatriyas,
Kshatriyas,
Vaishyas, and Shudras. Okay, listen.
Shudras.
So the 4 categories of division is there in the Hindu religion. So the Shudras means they are the lower caste people.
Yes.
Actually, they are the underprivileged class. That means they are not able to walk through the public road. They are not allowed to take water from the public well. If a person from a higher caste or a Brahmin is coming, they are not allowed to stand near to that place. They are not allowed to enter the temple. They didn't get proper education. So the underprivileged group, they are called the lower caste people. The Shudras or the lower caste people, they are the underprivileged group. In the previous class, you said the Ambedkar itself, you said he's a Dalit, right?
Yes.
So that time they are actually harassed by the upper caste people. So when framing the constitution, our leaders decided there should be equality. There should be equality among the people, especially we need political equality. That means the right to vote. Nowadays, all the people in India, those who are an adult citizen without any problem, that means if mentally you are unsound, we are not able to vote. If other rest, all the people who are above the age of 18 have the right to vote. It is not based on their religion. It is not based on their caste. It is not based on their education or the living standard. All the person have the right to vote, and all the vote have only one value. Each vote have one value. Have you heard about Mukesh Ambani?
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes,
He has the right to vote. The richest man. He has the right to vote in India. Okay.
Yes.
I also have the right to vote. But the value of both of our voters, same.
Same.
Maybe he's the richest man or whatever it is. But when we are voting, both, see, equality is there, right?
Yes.
There is a political equality. That means his vote and my vote, same value in our country. So we adopted this universal adult suffrage. That means the right to vote for all the adult citizens. And why we followed this universal adult suffrage? To encourage the democratic mindset. That means it helped to come out of the caste system or the class or the gender hierarchy. Gender also, it's a problem, male and female. The males are the dominant group in the society. In the previous time, they dominated the society, and the women have not, even women are not participated in the political affairs and all. So to avoid all these types of gender, caste or class discrimination, we adopted this universal adult franchise. So the people of India have a direct role in electing their representative. Nowadays, any person from any religion, any caste or any gender can participate in election. Right?
Yes,
If I become a member of a political party, I can also. There is no special law for that. Age and all is there for the, if you are participating. If you want to become a candidate in a local self-government, you must complete this much age. Some common rules are there. Otherwise, there is no such laws or rules like you must be belonging to an Nair community, or you must belonging to a with this community, that community, or this you must belonging to Hindu religion, or you must belonging to Christian religion or Muslim. There is nothing like that.
Yes.
If you are an Indian and you are you have the eligibility
To
as per the election commission. If you are eligible to become a candidate, any religion, any caste, any gender, you can become a candidate for the election. Clear?
yes.
So that is the second point, the parliamentary form of government. In a parliamentary form of government, the constitution,
The
Indian
people are
constitution
selecting-
guarantees what? Universal adult suffrage.
adult
Why we
suffrage.
adopted that? To encourage a democratic mindset for breaking the traditional class, caste and gender hierarchies. To eliminate the traditional caste, class or gender hierarchies. And the people of India have a direct role in electing their representatives. All the persons, without considering their socio-economic status, they can contest in the election. They can become a candidate in the election. If there is nobody to check whether you are belonging to an upper caste or a lower caste, whether you are rich, whether you are poor, there is no such provisions will be there. And also, the elected leaders are accountable to the people. What do you mean by accountable?
I'm not aware.
Accountable means responsible. Okay. The leaders are
Yes.
responsible to the people.
Responsible.
So our MLAs, MPs or the ministers all are responsible to the people in the country, right?
Yes.
Why? Yes. So accountable means responsible. Each of the elected representatives were responsible to the people because the people are electing them. That is the second important feature. That is a parliamentary form of government.
Government.
Clear?
Yes.
The two features.
Yes.
One is federalism and the
Second.
second one is parliamentary
Parliamentary
form of
form
government.
of government.
Federalism means there's a one
The
level of
power
government
is-
in the
One
country.
level of government in the country.
Ah,
Divide.
The power is
The
divided.
power is
Divided
divided
into
to the
among
central
the
government.
And the state.
power is divided between the central and the
State
state government.
State government.
And each of the government have an autonomy in exercising their power, right? The central government have autonomy in exercising power on the matters related to their list. The state government have the power to exercise the power related to the matters related to the state government. So each of them have freedom in exercising their power. Then we discussed about the three lists: state list, union list and concurrent list. The second one is the parliamentary form of government. That means after independence, India adopted the parliamentary form of government.
People are selecting the representatives.
That means it is based on the universal adult suffrage or universal adult franchise. That means the people, somebody's audio is on, please mute it. So why we adopted this universal adult suffrage?
And for equality.
For ensuring the equality among the people, or to break the traditional caste, religion or gender discrimination among the people. And also the people are directly electing their representatives.
The
The
people
people are directly electing their representatives, and the elected representatives were accountable or
Accountable.
responsible to the
People.
clear
Yes.
Yes.
to everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Shivanand, Shivanand,
Yes, ma'am.
clear?
Yes.
Okay, then. So,
Yes.
read the textbook. I marked. Okay, I marked the attendance. Don't worry. So hope it's clear to you. Read the textbook. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the next class. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank you,
all.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank